Hi, I'm Gordon Young with Maximum PC. I'm about to show you one of the most epic computers I've ever seen. Maingear's Epic Force, a gigantic water-cooled 4 GPU system that is incredibly silent. And the best part, as you'll see when I open it up, it's simply beautiful inside. Maingear put 2 Radeon R9 295 X2s fully water-cooled inside this machine. And amazingly, if you look at this plumbing job, this is not just a normal water cooling job. They actually separated the paths so that the CPU and the water-cooled VRMs are separated from the heat generated by the GPUs. And yes, since there's 2 GPUs on each card, there's separate pathways for the water. There's a radiator down the bottom, that's beautiful, and one on top. And what's really cool is this gigantic reservoir of red matter. Yes, for new Star Trek fans, that's really the stuff they used in the new Star Trek movie. I'm lying, of course, it's just regular liquid cooling material, but it looks phenomenal inside this machine, especially with all the highlights off of the chrome and the beautiful wiring job. The hardware itself is a Core i7 4790K Devil's Canyon processor. That's a quad-core chip, not a Haswell-E, which actually was released after this machine came into us. So it's overclocked from its base clock of 4 gigahertz up to 4.8 gigahertz. With the 2 295 X2s, it's pretty fast, but it's actually not the fastest thing I've ever seen. I've actually seen faster Ivy Bridge E systems, and of course Haswell-E is faster on the CPU side with more cores. And the 295 X2s, although really spectacularly cool when they're water cooled, don't overclock quite as hard as some of the other cards. In fact, the Titan Z's in this year's Dream Machine actually outperformed this machine a little bit because the voltage on the Titans can be played with. On these Radeons, at least this vintage, this is before ASUS introduced their own, you can't really mess with the voltage. So you can't really get a hardcore overclock out of this. But what I will say is it does run amazingly quiet, and it is still very fast. Not the fastest I've seen. There's maybe 3 or 4 other boxes I've seen that are just a smidgen faster, but still, it's really about the craftsmanship with this machine. This is what I expect to see on a mod forum. Somebody who spent 6 months building their machine. I can tell you I can't do this, and I've been building machines a long time because I don't really have the time to spend to build a machine like this. So for people who want a beautiful high-end machine that looks like it was hand-built by some modder, you can get that from Maingear. The problem? It's not going to be cheap. This machine is $11,700. We might as well just call it $12,000, which for a lot of people is a brand new car. Probably a Fiat. I don't know how much those cost. So that's a lot of money for a PC, but you are getting phenomenal craftsmanship, a beautiful look. It is custom painted with a very nice paint job, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. Still, if you don't have time and you've got a lot of money sitting around, this is an incredible machine. This is Gordon Young with Maximum PC. More videos on the website.
I mean, you could just buy a Mac for like $3,000.
Oh, I know. And you could just buy a Mac and then buy another one when that one breaks down. And then say, it's just this one Mac. And then when that one died, I said, in fact, to my wife, there's nothing wrong with Apple. My Macintosh, I used it wrong. Something I did to my Macintosh broke the motherboard. So I bought another one, and that one died too. My wife said, I think it's time you to go buy one of these Maingear machines. They're beautiful. But I said, no, it's nothing wrong with my Mac. When that one died, I said, well, 3 Macs that died in a row doesn't mean a design problem. It means I'm using it wrong. I've learned that from being a Mac user for a long time. There's no way Apple could do anything wrong. I mean, come on. Are you a PC fanboy? Nothing Apple has ever done in its entire existence is wrong, ever. So that's why I buy Macs every month. More on MacLife.com this month. Yeah.